Hello everyone, welcome to Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. It provides real education. I'm Srinivas Reddy. I'm a director of this Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. As we all know that Rainbow was established in 2011 in Hyderabad. As of now, we have three branches. One is at Hyderabad and second one is at Bangalore and third one is at Vizag. So far, more than 10,000 students took training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. Today, in this video, I would like to explain how we conduct quality control training in Rainbow. Every day, we used to get many calls from the market, especially pharma freshers and pharma experienced candidates to know about this quality control training in Rainbow. So if you go through this video, you can understand how we conduct quality control training in Rainbow. If you join in this course, after completion of your training, don't forget to give your genuine review in YouTube video comment box. That helps many students who want to join in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. Before explain how we conduct quality control training in Rainbow, first, let's understand briefly what is the role of quality control department in pharmaceutical industry. The major role of the quality control department in pharmaceutical industry, we know that in pharmaceutical industry, they manufacture medicines. After manufacturing of the medicines in pharmaceutical industry, before release into market, they need to check the quality of medicines which manufactured into the pharmaceutical industry. Once all quality test parameters complies, then only the product means medicine, comes into the market. So this quality control department is a major role to check the quality of those medicines before sending to market. And also these department need to check the raw material samples, in-process samples, finished samples, stability samples, marketed compounded samples, and packing material samples. So finally, the major role of quality control department is to check the quality of samples. Coming to the Rainbow quality control training, every month first morning 9 a.m. we start new batch. Once again, I would like to inform you that whereas quality control training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab, every month first we start new batch in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. So this course will be 2 months, and every day student need to spend 6 hours in the institute. That means every day morning we have one session between 9 to 12, and also afternoon we have another session between 1 to 4. That means the student has to spend the 6 hours in the institute every day. So morning session will be 3 hours, and we give a 1 hour for lunch break, that 12 to 1, and 1 to 4 is another session. Coming to the topics, this course classified into 4 modules, like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. Each and every module have some theoretical classes and some practical sessions. Coming to the module 1, first I would like to tell you something about that, what exactly covers in the module 1. It covers basics of pharma industry, because the first in the module 1, it covers basics of industry, because as we all know that pharmaceutical industry have different departments. But if we observe clearly, each and every department has interlinked. So first we are going to teach you the basics of pharma industry. That means what is the role of AR&D, what is the role of QC, what is the role of stability, what is the role of QA, what is the role of regulatory affairs. Of course, you may be joined for quality control training, but everyone should have the basic idea that the functions of each and every department. That is the reason you may be joined for quality control training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. You may be joined for AR&D training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. First, we conduct the basics of each and every department in pharmaceutical industry. And after that, we are going to teach you completely about that wet analysis. As we all know that this quality test parameters is classified into 2 types. One is wet analysis and as well as chemical analysis. So this module 1 deals about that. Especially we are going to teach you clearly how we have to perform these wet analysis in pharmaceutical industry. That means according to guidelines, how we need to perform these all wet analysis, and as well as formulas, calculations, and acceptance criteria. First, we conduct a few classes, and after that, we bring you into the laboratory and we allow you to do the practice of these wet analysis in our laboratory. So try to understand that this training is not meant for only for theoretical. Try to understand this training is developed simultaneously theoretical classes and practical sessions. So if you join in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab, the first this quality control training is classified into 4 modules. Out of 4 modules, module 1 is talks about the first, where theoretical talks about it covers basics of pharmaceutical industry, and also we are going to teach you completely how to perform these wet analysis. And after that, we bring you into the laboratory, and the trainer is going to explain that how to perform these wet analysis practically. Okay. Once if the training is over of the module 1, we conduct some intro skill classes, and as well as somewhat little bit communication skill classes in this module. After that, you have to clear the one mock interview. That means each and every module you have to clear the mock interview, because you're not here to prepare for exam, you are here to clear the interview, right? So that is the reason in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab, generally we don't conduct exams here, we conduct mock interviews. Once if you clear that mock interview, then you promoted to module 2. Hope you understand. So approximately I'm telling, in the module 1 approximately you have 11 to 12 classes theoretically, and after that you are enter into practical session, and you have to perform the all wet analysis practically, which you already attend the classes theoretically. So after that, we conducted some intro skill classes, and we conducted some we guide you and assist you how to make a resume. And after that, you have to undergo through the this mock interview. Once if you clear that mock interview, then you promoted to module 2. Let us example, if you are not clear that mock interview, if you are not up to the mark, we give you some 2 to 3 days time to prepare again, and you have to you have to participate again that mock interview. Hope you understand. Coming to the next module 2, whereas module 2 it covers chemical analysis. Try to understand. Whereas in the module 1 we already covers the wet analysis, whereas module 2 it majorly focusing on the chemical analysis. Chemical analysis means like assay test and the dissolution test and uniformity of dosage test and purity test and residual solvents test. Of course, you know that these maximum chemical tests we perform by HPLC, and residual solvents test we generally perform by gas chromatography. So first in this module 2, we conduct theoretically about the functions of instrument, what is the basics of HPLC, and there we are going to explain that theoretically first, how to the companies are getting separation into the HPLC, that means basics of chromatography. And after that, we are going to teach you completely the related things we are going to teach you. And after that, we are going to teach you completely about the dissolution test, what is the function, how it works of the dissolution test and everything. And also we are going to teach you completely related the test parameters, like how to perform the test, assay test, dissolution test, UD test, impurity test, and residual solvents test theoretically. And we are going to teach you complete that what is the formulas and what is the acceptance criteria and how the guidelines tells us to perform these tests. And after that, we bring you into the laboratory to perform, to practice these analytical instruments like HPLC and the dissolution test and GC instrument. Try to understand, because that the most of industry is looking the people who can operate the instrument. The industry is not looking the candidates who knows about the instruments more, because I'm sure here we give the enough time to practice of that HPLC and as well as dissolution tester and as well as gas chromatography. Once if you get perfect, then we give a sample to you to perform these all chemical tests individually. Try to understand. So that you will have a strong in theoretical part related to corresponding to that instrument, and also you will be strong into the practical session in the module 2. Hope you understand. Module 1 talks about the wet analysis. Module 2 majorly deals about the chemical analysis. Whereas in the wet analysis, it deals like water content test, like it's also called as MC, moisture content, and friability test and disintegration time test and average weight test and hardness test, that that it covers in the wet analysis. Whereas in the module 2, it covers assay test, dissolution test, UOD test and purity test and residual solvents test by using of different analytical instruments. Hope you understand about what we cover into the module 1, what we cover into the module 2. Coming to the module 3. Majorly module 3, there is no practical session, because What are the practical session is there that we cover into the module 1 and module 2. Whereas module 1, I said that approximately we have 11 to 12 classes, and you have to undergo through the wet analysis. And whereas module 2, we have approximately 20 to 25 classes theoretically, and after that you have to practice all the instrument, and you have to do the operating of HPLC water system with Empower software, and as well as the dissolution we have Lab India with auto collector, and GC we have Shimadzu system with lab solution software. Because that software is very important, the makes us very important, because we always maintain the standards which industry use. If you ask anybody person which software using into the to operate of HPLC, most of industry using the Empower software. Here also we have Empower software, and as well as GC also most of industry using the lab solution software. That's the reason we also maintain the same standards how industry maintain the all advanced technology inside of the quality test parameters. Try to understand. Same coming to the module 3. Module 3 is not a practical session. There is no practicals in this module 3. Module 3 deals about the theoretical session, which is very important. So first in the module 3, it covers QMS. Majorly we focusing on the QMS. QMS means quality management system. Try to understand that whereas module 1, module 2, we teach you that how to perform the test. Whereas in module 3, if you have some incidents, if you have some failures of any test, how industry deals that failures, like OS and OOTs and quality impacting incident and quality non-impacting incident, and these we are going to teach you that how they do the investigation, how they write the corrective action and prevent action. That most of industry is looking majorly very important topic is quality management system. So we are going to deal in module 3. We are going to teach you completely that what are the problems we may get inside of industry, and how we can close those incidents in the right manner. That I'm going to teach you, that we are going to teach into the module 3. And after that, we are going to teach you something related to dissolution stages. That whereas if the dissolutions fail, we have some, according to USP guidelines, we have stages like S1, S2, S3 stage, and L1, L2, L3 stage, and A1, A2, A3, and B1, B2, B3. There is a subject, it is clearly given into the USP chapter, that we are going to teach you completely into the dissolution stages. And after that, we are going to teach you in the module 3, it's a completely stability studies. That the importance of stability studies in the pharmaceutical industry. So here we are going to teach you completely according to ICH guidelines what is the stability number, and I'm going to teach you completely that what are the zones we have, what are the chamber conditions we have, and there I'm going to explain that how to perform all the stability studies in pharmaceutical industry. And very importantly, in the module 3, I'm going to deal about the troubleshooting. Nowadays, that most of industries, most of interviews asking the questions related to troubleshooting. That means no one is not asking that how to operate the HPLC. Most of interview people are asking that if you have any problem in the HPLC, how to overcome. Try to understand. So in the module 1, module 2, we are going to teach you that how to perform the test. And whereas module 3, if you observe clearly, here I'm going to teach you that if you have any bad results, if you have any incidents, if you have any problems in the module 1, module 2, how to deal inside of the industry, that I'm going to teach you that I'm focusing into the module 3. So once again, I repeat that what are the topics we are going to cover in module 3. We cover into the quality management system and dissolution stages and stability studies and troubleshooting. These are the topics we teach you completely theoretically part in the module 3. Hope you understand. Once if you clear the mock interview of the module 3, then you promoted to module 4. Module 4 is very much focusing on the calibrations of instrument. As we all know that the importance of calibrations inside of the pharmaceutical industry. What are the instruments we have inside of quality control? Let us example HPLC, dissolution, analytical balance. What are the analytical instruments we have? That instruments should be calibrated. So in module 4, I'm very much focusing on that. How to do the calibrations of each and every instrument theoretically. So coming to the total overall view, I'm going to tell you that. So first, try to understand that every month, the first morning 9 a.m. we start the new batch of quality control training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab at all the branches. Okay. So the course duration is 2 months, and in these 2 months, every day you supposed to come to the institute 6 hours. Out of 6 hours, morning 9 to 12 is a one session, and 9 to 12 is a one session, and 12 to 1 we give a lunch break, and 1 to 4 is another session. So in this entire program, you are going to understand that how quality control department works inside of the company. So try to understand that here we are not going to teach you anything about your academic. We are going to teach you simply, once if you get job in quality control, what are the things you should do, what are the instruments you are going to do, that things you are going to learn priorly. Try to understand. So that's about the module 1 and module 2 and module 3 and module 4. This is entire the program. And I already said that each and every module you need to clear the mock interview, then only we promote it into the next module. If you are not clear the mock interview, we give you enough time to practice very well, and we have some techniques to improve the interview skills, because in my experience, because I have 12 years of experience to run off this institute, I have seen many cases, I have seen many different type of students, right? So there is many people, they are very good in the market, they're very good in the subject, they prepare very well. They always say that, sir, your class is very good, we understand very beautifully, but they are unable to explain in the interview panel. So that is one of the biggest problem we have in the market. So that is the reason here also, this, try to understand each and every student. This mock interview is a part of training. Don't think that it is a screen you. This is one of the part of training. At least in this mock interview, you can learn that how to open the door and how to sit in the interview panel, how to maintain eye contact, and also you can understand that how to maintain the smile in your face, and also you can understand that how to maintain your hand movements while talking with the interviewers. So try to understand, we have some theoretical classes, we are going to conduct a classes that this body language and interview skills theoretically, and you have to practice and you have to come for this mock interview. So hope you understand about this mock interview. Coming to the experienced candidates, so that I explain the entire program. But the nowadays, if you see that most of admissions, if I see that if any branch, it may be Hyderabad or Bangalore or Vizag, I'm seeing more admissions of employees, pharma employees, because that if you join in any company, the industry may not give the operating of these advanced instruments directly. So generally we used to get a call from the market and telling that, sir, I have 3 years of experience on so company, but I'm in the only wet analysis. I don't get a chance to operating of HPLC GC, sir. So I want to take a training in Rainbow Pharma training lab. That is the one reason. So a few people say that, sir, I can operate all the instruments, sir, but once if I go to any interview, I'm unable to answer the crack that interview. So that's the reason I want to take a training in Rainbow Pharma training lab. So a few people may say that, sir, I join in I start my career in the bulk industry, but I'm not at all satisfied my bulk industry experience, because basically I don't know, when I joined into the industry, there is a bulk industry and formulation industry, but I started my journey into the bulk industry. Now I want to join into the formulation industry. That's what I need to take some training in Rainbow Pharma training lab. And a few calls we may get from QA, especially quality assurance people. They always say that, sir, initially we start our career directly QA. So now we are reviewing of all analytical documents, and I'm in the quality management system, but I don't know, the depth knowledge in the analytical, sir. So I want to develop of my, skills in the analytical aspect. So that's the reason I want to take a training in Rainbow. So try to understand most of people, most of freshers especially, they have perception that once if you step into the pharma, they conduct a training. Definitely they conduct a training, but what they want, they don't conduct a training what you want. There is a lot of difference between the what they want, what you want. Okay, so once if you step into the pharma, most of people can realize that what they want and what you want. Okay, so that's the reason I'm saying that most of in the market, we get many calls, many admissions of pharma employees who work in industry. So for that, we develop some courses that according to their convenient times, because as an employee, as a pharma employee, he cannot come and he cannot spend the 6 hours per day at institute, right? Because they have to manage the job and as well as training, right? That is the reason we developed the one course that we call a Sunday batch. What we call Sunday batch. So that means what are the pharma employees are there? If you are already working anywhere, but still if you want to enhance of your knowledge in quality control, so you can come any Sunday, you can join any Sunday. It's not like every month first you need to join. It's not like that, because as an employee You can join any Sunday. So the total course is 20 Sundays. Try to understand. 20 Sundays. That means you have to come down to the institute 20 Sundays. And the time of each and every Sunday, you have to spend morning 9 to afternoon, evening 4 p.m. Try to understand. So, whereas experienced people, if you want to take a quality control training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab, you can come down any Sunday and you can take enrollment, and the duration of the course will be 20 Sundays. The timings of each and every Sundays will be 9 to 4 p.m. So try to understand. This is about the experienced people. See, most of people can think that this training center is meant for the only freshers. No, honestly speaking, nowadays more than 60% admissions we have from pharma experienced people. Once if you, and also we allow for the one demo class. You need not to come here directly, you need not to join. Honestly speaking, before coming to the Rainbow, you just call to us and you just come for the demo class. Once if the demo class is okay, if you feel very comfortable in this demo class, you can understand that how we explain and everything. Once if you are okay, then you can take a enrollment. And coming to the other point, most of students have a doubt about handling of instrument, because once if you get a call, generally they ask the one question, right? Sir, can you give the can you people are allowed to handle of instrument or not? No doubt we give enough time to handling of all instruments individually, and the end of the course we used to ask each and every student, can you handle the instruments individually? Once if you say okay, then only your course will be completed. Because students used to ask me, sir, how many times you give a handling of instrument? How many times we give a instrument? That's not important. End of your course, we ask one question to you. If I give the sample to you, can you perform all wet analysis and chemicals analysis individually? Once if you say okay, then only your course will be completed. So try to understand that after completion of these training, you can handle HPLC, GC, dissolution, wet analysis instruments. That would be additional advantage in the entry panel. And also you can say that I'm not a fresher, I'm a trainer fresher. Try to understand. This is very important. There is a lot of difference between the fresher and trainer fresher. Freshers means they just passed out from the colleges, whereas trainer freshers means you can handle the directly HPLC, and you can say that entry panel, I can handle the GC and I can handle the dissolution, I can handle the wet analysis, because industry is looking such type of guys who can handle the instruments. Industry is not looking the guys who read more about theoretical. Try to understand. So and the next point is that pharma industry generally does not give a chance to handle the all advanced instrument in beginnings. So try to understand that. For example, if you are not taking the training anywhere, you directly join into the industry. So do you think that these people can give the handling of instruments directly, HPLC and GC initially? No. So if you take this course before joining to the industry, you can do your job more effectively, because you directly say that, sir, I can handle the HPLC. So the people may take you directly into the instrumentation area. You know that. Whereas if you join as a fresher in the industry, generally they don't allow you to operate all advanced technology directly. But once if you take this training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab, once if you claim in the intro panel, I can handle the HPLC and GC, I don't think so. Again, they bring you into the wet analysis. Directly they bring you into the instrumentation. That would be, very, advantage about your career, I'm saying, because you know that how demand is there in the market. If you know that how to, if you know handling of HPLC and GC, try to understand. Okay. So coming to the next point, no industry conduct classes. Try to understand. Then I'm talking about the industrial training. So whereas if you join in industry, they don't conduct classes to you directly. They bring you into the laboratory and you have to follow the senior. Generally, you have to follow the senior, and you just observe that, and you should request to the senior to learn many things. Of course, okay, they're also very busy to do their jobs actually. So they generally in the industry, the training program is different. Whereas training centers, the Rainbow Training Centers program is different. Industry generally they don't conduct classes and they don't teach you until you understand the subject. It's not like that. Generally they bring you into the laboratory directly. You should follow the senior persons how they are doing, and you have to observe and you should learn. But here it's not like that. We conduct a classes and we give you enough time to practice, and we conduct a mock interviews. This helps you a lot to your career. Try to understand. before concluding of my training about our training about Rainbow Pharma Training Lab, you should not find a training where you get less cost. Most of people, they are very rushed to get a training with less cost. Try to understand. See, if you go to any market, if you want to buy any product, like it may be fruit, it may be any item, you have different costings. Let us example, if you want to buy some apple, for example, you have a 5 rupees apple, you have a 10 rupees apple fruit, and you have a 20 rupees apple fruit. Yes or no? So your option should not have to get a less cost of the fruit. Your option that you should fulfill of your requirement. That's very important. That's the reason I'm telling you, most of people, once if I say some training fees, immediately they ask, sir, can you provide less cost? Because you supposed to ask that, sir, within this fees, can I get that knowledge? Can I get this knowledge? It's very healthy business, right? So that's what I'm saying. You should not find a training centers where you get a less cost. You should find a training center where you get a best knowledge. That's very important, because you want to, end of the day, you want to acquire the more knowledge. End of the day, you should not find a where you get a less cost of the training centers. Hope you understand my point, right? So last but not least, before joining to the Rainbow, contact as many Rainbow students, because try to understand, my dear, all the friends and the students, this Rainbow is not started recently. We have 12 years of experience to run off this institute, right? So more than 10,000 students took training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. So my kind request is that every director always say that my institute is good. If you call to any director, if you call to any principal, ask that how's your college, definitely the principal and director can say that my college is good. My principal is always say that my college is good. No one cannot say that my institute is not good, right? So that don't ask such type of questions to the directors. So don't call me and ask that how's your training. Obviously we say that best only, but my kind request is that instead of asking that question to the directors, better to contact our students who already taken the training in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. That's the reason I always say that before joining to the Rainbow, contact as many Rainbow students as you can get a genuine review from them. That's what I'm saying. So they are the right people to tell about our Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. I'm not a right person. I'm really telling, because every director can say that my institute is good, but every student should not tell that the institute is good. If they feel very happy, if they feel it's very comfortable, if they feel 100% they're satisfied, then only they say that yes, it's a training is very good. That's the reason I'm saying. So before joining to the Rainbow, most of students try to contact as many students, Rainbow old students. Once again, I want to tell you that whereas freshers, every month first morning 9 a.m. we start the new batch. The course duration will be 2 months. And every day the student should spend the institute around 6 hours. Out of 6 hours, morning 9 to 12 there is a one session, and 12 to 1 we give a lunch break, and 1 to 4 is another session. That about the freshers. Whereas experienced people, any Sunday you can join in our institute. The timing will be morning 9 to 4 p.m. and the total course will be 20 Sundays. 20 Sundays in this approximately say 5 months. So so that is about the experienced people. Everyone can come anytime and can attend the one demo class once if you comfortable. Whereas if you are the fresher, you can join on every month first. If you are the experienced people, you can join on the same course on every Sunday. And thank you everyone. Still, if you have any doubts, any queries, you can contact me anytime. Once again, thank you very much.